Hello everybody, this is Susie. So I've had a lot of requests by many of you to do another tutorial showing you guys how I made these resin pieces out of rubber stamps and resin. These are the Greeting Farm ones, and so I'm going to show you guys how I made these. I'm going to use these two. And first what I do is I use PAM. It's the non-stick spray, and this helps so that the resin doesn't stay stuck on your stamps, and it will help your resin pieces will pop out a lot easier. I do use also my I've used my Prima Doll stamps, and that one's I think like they're silicone, and that works very well too, but sometimes the resin tends to tear it a little bit, so I actually prefer the rubber stamps because it's a lot easier. So you want to coat them first with some PAM, and I sprayed a little bit already in a little container. So you want to make sure you coat it well. Don't put too much, but make sure you coat it well. And you want to put some on the back also and on the sides, and that just helps you well, it just helps so when you pour the resin, it will probably leak out and stuff, and maybe even go underneath. So it just helps so when you take off the resin, it'll just peel right off. And this is great for making you can make jewelry pieces out of your favorite stamps. I've already made a couple of necklaces and a couple of keychains for a couple of people that they asked me to make some out of the Greeting Farm stamps. So now that that's coated, the resin that I'm going to be using is the Amazing Clear Cast. So I'm going to be using this. I did try a couple of other resins, like the resin I used to make these, I used the Famo wood from Lowe's, but that is kind of pricey. It's like $69 plus tax, and it's about I'm not sure if it's a gallon or half a gallon, but it is kind of expensive. But this one you can find it at Michael's and just use your coupon, and it's you can get it for a good price using your coupon. And what I like about that resin is that if you're making like clear pieces, like let's say you want to make a couple of like pieces that look kind of like jewels and stuff, I recommend using the Amazing Clear Cast because they come out clear. If you use a Famo wood, it kind of looks a little bit yellowish, so it won't come out as clear. So I recommend the Amazing Clear Cast. Okay, so I already have some resin in here. I put half a teaspoon of each one of these. So you do equal parts. So if you use half a teaspoon of this, you need to use half a teaspoon of this. And just mix it well. I mix mine really fast. I know a lot of people say don't mix it fast because you get a lot of bubbles. But that's okay. Because once you mix it, you can put it in a little bowl with warm water, and the bubbles will rise to the top and they pop, so that's okay. So I'm going to start with the hair. I'm going to do her hair brown, and then I'm going to do her hair maybe like a golden brown or golden blondish. So I'm going to use the Illumilite brown dye. I love these dyes. These dyes work awesome. You just need a little tiny bit, and a little bit goes a long way. And this is great. It's made just specially for resin, to use with resin. I mean, you can use other stuff also, but if you use like acrylic paint, the acrylic paint sometimes it'll make your resin pieces stay really sticky, or they won't come out right. It depends how much you use also, but some of the acrylic paints work and then some of them don't. I don't know why, but I have used different acrylic paints, and sometimes my pieces come out good and then sometimes they don't. So I prefer these dyes because they're just awesome, and I love working with these. They do have them online, I don't know if they have them at Michael's, but they do have them online, and I'll put the link below. So you just want to mix this really good. As you can see, I just put a little tiny drop, and look at how dark it came out. That's awesome. And if you use the acrylic paint, you have to put a ton of it. And if you put too much, your pieces will not come out good. Okay, so I'm just going to do her hair. I'm going to do hers brown. And you do want to put it in slowly, that way you don't get it all over the place. You don't, end up putting, like right here, I don't want to end up putting brown paint on the flowers and stuff. So it is good to put it slowly, especially if it's your first time making them. But I've done a lot of them, so sometimes I do make mine really fast. I pour it like really fast. And just so you guys know, this is going to be the back part of the resin piece. So if it looks kind of sloppy or whatever, that doesn't matter, because it's going to be the back part. So you just want to get it everywhere. I love making these. I've made so many. I think I have like I'd say about 200 pieces now. And it's good if you have like a long stick like this one. I just got these. They're the kinds that you use, I guess, for the corn on the cob. So I have a ton of these, so I'm using those. It's just easier for me. It's okay if you drop stuff around, resin around there. It peels right off, so that's okay. And if you ever do have like resin left over, it's good to have some, like, backups, some like extra molds on the side, just in case. That way you don't want to waste any of your resin. I hate wasting resin, so I always have my backup molds, just in case. So this is part of her hair also. So I guess oh yeah, and I forgot to tell you guys, it's always good to wear gloves. But as you can see, I'm not wearing any. But there's a good tip: if you ever do get any resin on your hands, just spray some of this and just rub it in really good on your hands, and then wipe it off with a napkin, and then use some soap and warm water to wash your hands, and it comes right off. Okay, so now I'm gonna do her hair, and for that I already have more resin right here mixed, and I'm gonna use some of this. It's called Yellow Gold Pearl. And this is just eyeshadow pigment, which is great. You could use this stuff on your resin pieces. So I'm going to put some of that in here. And just mix that well also. And I use the eyeshadow pigments, like since I haven't seen any of these that are like in a goldish or metallics, but they do have like these metallic powders, but I wanted to use this one for now. Okay, so I'm just going to pour that on her hair. So I'm going to have a little blondish one and a little brunette. So again, make sure you get every little area covered with resin. If any of you guys try this, I would really love to see your guys' pieces. I've been doing this with the Greeting Farm stamps, the Prima Doll stamps, and just a couple of other regular store brand stamps. I really want to get all of the Greeting Farm stamps. I want to collect them all and make pieces, resin pieces from all of those stamps, but I don't know where to get them at a good price. I lucked out buying a couple of Greeting Farm stamps from somebody who was destashing them, and I got them for like $4 a piece. So that was a great buy. But I am looking to buy more. I need more. So if anybody out there knows where I can get some, please let me know. Or if they're willing to trade, I have a whole bunch of like jewelry that you can use for your projects that you can take apart. We can trade some for some stamps. I also need a whole new set of the Prima Doll stamps because I'm using one set for resin, and I want to use keep it like that, just that one set for the resin, and then I want to use another set for stamping and scrapbooking and stuff. Okay, so that's fine. Like I said, remember this is the back part, so it doesn't matter how the back part looks. So I'm just gonna let that sit for like 10 minutes and then we'll start with the face. Okay, so I've waited for like half an hour just so it can get tacky. That way I can put in the next color. Because if you don't wait for it to be tacky and you mix in the next color, you're gonna have all the colors mixed in together, and your piece will not come out good. So I already mixed some resin here, because I'm gonna do the face and all the like skin parts or the flesh tone. And for that, I'm gonna use the Illumilite Caucasian dye. They have 3 different dyes, which I think is awesome. They have the Native American dye, and for this you just add like the more drops you put in, the darker it's gonna be. And if you want it lighter, you can add like a couple of drops of this kind of dye, and then you can add a couple of drops of the white dye to get it like a light color. So they have the African American dye also. And this stuff is great because I normally, on my other pieces that I had on the other tutorial, I was using the pigments. I have a lot of the eyeshadow pigments. See, I use this brand, and these are eyeshadow pigments. And you can use these like to do like the clothes and stuff like that, like the little flower and stuff. This is the one I used on my other... On all my other pieces, I used the LA Colors, the eyeshadows. But the only thing that with this, I was trying to get a certain flesh tone color. And with this, I had to keep trying. It was just like trial and error. I kept trying and trying till I got the exact one. But with these dyes, with these dyes, you can get the flesh tone colors like right away. So this stuff is great. This one I'm just going to add just 2 drops. And then I'm going to add some white, because I want to get it light, like a light color. Well, that's 3 drops right there, so that's fine. I might need a couple more drops. As you can see, it's already getting like into like a light color, light flesh tone. It's kind of like it looks kind of like a peachy color, a nice like peachy flesh tone color. So I think this is good. I like this color, so I'm just going to keep it like this. Actually, I think it's a little bit too white, so I'm going to add maybe 2 more little drops. Like I said, these dyes, a little bit goes a long way. Gotta mix that up really good. Okay, I think this color is better. And if you do get a lot of bubbles, you can just use a lighter. I normally use a lighter, but I don't use it until after. I'll just like use it like on the after, and it does pop all those bubbles. But like I said, you can leave this soaking in a little bit of warm water for a little bit and let all the bubbles rise to the top. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just do the face, the neck, and the arms and the legs. But you can make any color you want, any flesh tone you want. But I do recommend using the dyes because it's a lot. You'll waste a lot less resin than trying to get the exact color using pigments. You know, if you use the pigments and stuff, you will struggle a little bit. I mean, I did, just to get a certain color. And with the dye, you know, the dyes, the resin dyes, you can get the color you want a lot faster. So this, it doesn't matter if you go over like the eyes or the eyebrow or the mouth area. That doesn't really matter, because once you pop them out, you can just use a nail polish or a marker or something, and then just color those in. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish putting the color in on both of these, the face colors or the flesh colors, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm just going to start now. I think I'm going to do her little bathing suit. And for that, I'm going to use this glitter. And it's like a teal glitter. So I'm going to use a little bit of that. So I'm going to do that. Sorry for the glare, but I had to move everything to the kitchen because since it's starting to rain, it's kind of cloudy outside now. So I'm doing this in my kitchen. So just mix that in very well. And then I'm just going to add that. You can add as much glitter as you want. I didn't put too much on this one, but I put in enough. So I already put glitter there, and I'm probably gonna put some glitter on her. Mama? Sorry about that. That was my little nephew. So I'm just gonna add some glitter also on her little flower on her hair, just so it can match her little bathing suit. And for that, you just need like a little drop on each little petal. And I'm going to add a little bit of the blue resin on her little shoes. Now right here I kind of mixed in the little shoe some of this resin, the flesh tone. So I'm just going to take it out. And now I'm going to add some of the glitter. It looks kind of sloppy and everything, but that's alright. Okay, so I'm just going to use the leftover glitter on another mold. Now for her little dress, I'm using, it's a pink glitter. It's also this brand, some eyeshadow. And I already mixed it in here. So I'm going to add this to her little dress. So just a little bit here and a little bit there. Sorry about the background noise. My nephew's watching TV. So that's about it. Oh yeah, I need to do her shoes. So I can do it matching. So that's it. Actually, I'll probably use some of this pink to do the little ball. I'm just gonna do it all pink. So she's gonna have a cute little pink ball. Okay, so that's it for right now, and I'm just gonna let that set for maybe like 2 hours, then so I can do the top layer. So I'll be back. Okay, now so it's been like 2 hours and about 3 hours actually, and as you can see, it's still a little bit sticky, but it won't like smear or it won't run or anything like that. So I'm gonna do the top coat, and I already have some resin mixed, and I added just 1 drop of this, and look at how I got it all nice and black. It's super dark, and I did add a little bit of some black glitter just so I can give it a little bit of just like a little shine on the back. And so now I'm just gonna pour some, just separating them a bit, that way they don't get stuck together. The resin won't, they won't get stuck with the resin. So I'm just pouring this on the back. You can put glaze on the back, resin on the back, and this just helps so it can hold all the everything like together, because if you don't put resin on the back or something on the back, you're gonna get a whole bunch of little pieces, kind of like a puzzle. So you can put resin. I did on a couple of them. I put a piece of felt on the back while the resin was still tacky. So I put some felt on the back, and then on some other ones I put some chipboard, and then you just cut them out. But for these I want to do resin because I want to make some keychains out of these. So I just put a small coat. It's just so they can, all the pieces can, when you peel it off, it's going to be one whole piece instead of a whole bunch of little pieces. And it's okay if it smears all over the rubber stamp, because you'll be able to peel it off. So that one's done, and now I'm going to do this one. And after I put this stuff on the back, the this resin. It'll take maybe like 4 to 6 hours, and it'll be done within like 4 to 6 hours, but I'll just wait like about 8 hours, just, you know, to be sure. It does take a while, you know, it does take a while to do these, or to make these. But I love working with resin. I think it's one of my favorite things to do. Work with resin, and I like to make like altered dominoes, Scrabble tile, all those little things, bottle caps and stuff like that. I don't know, I don't think I'm too good with scrapbooking and doing all those awesome things you guys do. That's why I rarely do challenges or join, you know, challenges, because I feel like I suck at that. But I guess I'll never know till I try, right? So I'm gonna try. I think I will enter a couple of them and see what I can do. Okay, so that's that, and I'm gonna use this resin on. I have a couple of other pieces that I'm working on, so I'm gonna use this resin on that, and so I'll be back. I'd say like in 6 hours. So I'm gonna let that set for 6 hours, and I'll be back to show you guys the results. Okay, so it's been like 8 hours, and I let them set for like 8 hours, and now we can see the results. Let's see how they come out. You don't want to leave them there for too long, because if you leave them in the rubber stamps for too long, you could rip your stamps. So it's, you know, just good just to leave them for the I don't know, maybe like after you've finished doing everything for like 8 hours, 8 to 12 hours. So here's the first one. She came out so cute. And like all these little extra pieces right here, you can cut them off and or just pull them off. I'll probably just cut the rest of them off. I don't want to rip my piece. But yeah, I'm just going to cut them off. But as you can see, it came out really pretty. I don't know if you can see it good. All of this is just extra, like that's, I'm going to have to like cut it off, all of this, like this little part right here. And then this, well, I have to cut that off, I don't want to rip it. And then this part right here, I'm going to have to cut off, and this part right here. But as you can see, it came out really cute. And then I used the nail polish, the ones with the little fine tips. I think they're used to make designs on your nails. I use that, and then I just outline it, and it comes out even cuter. But that's that one. And then let's see how this one came out. And you want to pull them off slowly. You don't just pull them off fast, because if you pull it out fast, it probably will rip your stamp. So here's the other one. But as you can see, I didn't wait for it to set, so it did kind of smear all over here. But I can just go over that again with the resin. I just cover it up, and it'll be fine. But here's the other one. And as you can see in the back, it has resin, but since I put some of the PAM, see how easily that peels off, so it doesn't damage your stamps. So that all of this comes off really easy. See, it's really easy to come off. So I did have some resin left over, so I made this one with the resin I had left over from those two. And all I need to do to these is just finish cutting off all the excess resin and sanding them down a little bit just to make the edges smoother. And I probably will put these on like a piece of felt, just so, I mean, anyways, if you're going to use this on a card or something, the back's not going to really show, but I want to put these on a piece of felt and make maybe some keychains or something. I don't know. But oh yeah, and I also just need to do the outlining with the nail polish, just so I can make the colors like pop out more. I'm gonna go do this one to show you guys how, you know, it looks with the nail polish. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how I make the color stand out. I use these are nail polishes, and it's the ones with the little fine tip. I guess it's used to make like designs on nails, but I use these to make the outlinings like on the hair and everywhere else. I don't know if you guys can see really good, but make sure you don't squeeze too much of it out, otherwise you're going to have like a big mess. See, I made that one. But as you can see, it's making it look a lot better. I'm just going to go ahead and finish this off camera because it's kind of hard to do it this way, but I'll be right back. As you can see, I already went and did the outlining with the nail polish, and you can see that it popped out the colors. It looks a lot prettier. This one, I still haven't done any of the outlinings, so it looks a little bit plain, but once I do the outlinings, it'll look a lot nicer. So this is it for now, and I hope you guys like this tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you guys for watching. God bless.